Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's 200. Wobbly, wiggly, wobbly, wiggly, wobbly, wiggly.
What's up, gamers? It's me, your boy, Joey, and we're here today with a plethora of computer parts. And we're gonna build my new computer. So, all that you really need for this process is gonna be all of this, you know, maybe a monitor if you need that, maybe a keyboard if you don't already have that, a mouse. But most importantly, you're gonna need a screwdriver, and then in case things get frustrating, maybe some Zens. So let's get right into this. All right, cut. All right, so what we got here is the H9 NZXT case. It's got fans installed already. There's gonna be cables in here. Don't mind my bare feet. I'm trying to prevent the static electricity so I don't fry anything. I basically invested all my money into this. I went all in, and I'm hoping that this pays off in the long run. But so we got the case here. Next, the first thing we're probably gonna be looking at is gonna be this Asus motherboard. It's a B850. I got this one because I wanted a white computer. I like the aesthetic of the white, and then I like the RGB here. I read some of the reviews. My buddy told me he liked this one, and I picked this one out because I liked the way it looked. So we're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna be installing some of this AMD Expo Ready Flare X5 DDR5 2x32 gigabytes RAM. I told you I went all in. I had to get the 9950 X3D. Best, you know, I read the reviews. They're like, what can I say? It's the best CPU on the market. So, you know, I'm not gonna argue with them. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. Got some thermal paste. Get the thermal paste for the CPU. We're gonna stick on there. A couple drives, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte. This one was way cheaper than this one, but apparently this one's better. But I didn't care. I just wanted some storage. We got the LC360 ARGB AIO. I've never installed one of these. I've built computers before, but I've never installed something like this, so this is going to be a first, and I'm excited. And then to power this whole system, we got the 1000 watt pure power by Be Quiet, fully modular, 80 gold. Probably going to run up my electric bill, but that's alright, we'll figure that out later. And then the piece there was installed. GeForce RTX 5080. They've been saying that the 9070 XT is better than this, but I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted this one, so this is what I got. So we got the parts, we got the screwdriver, we got some water, stay hydrated, the Zens, I'm barefoot, and we're about to get into this. So we're gonna get this case out of the box. The last time I bought one of these cases, they put the styrofoam on top and bottom. For whatever reason, they did it on the sides. That's fine, I get it, whatever. So I'm gonna do this without breaking this. Which I'm thinking that if I just do this, if I hit one of these numbers, foot into there. Take the bottom, I just want to. Yeah, that's pretty good. See, this was into order. Well, one step in the process, we haven't even started yet. Already facing diversity here. Alright. We're gonna need one. You're gonna need a Windows. This is a 16 gigabyte flash drive. It's for the Windows Media Creation Tool. That's how we're gonna get our operating system on there. Yeah, I'm gonna use Windows 11. Everybody hates Windows 11. I kind of do too, but whatever. It's the one that I'm familiar with, so we're not going to learn Linux this time around. But you also need a knife for stuff like this. Oh yeah. Dang, this thing is thick. Thick. Still just a little here. It's crazy, There goes. I didn't want to have to come down and get to this, but this is what we have to do. This is what we're doing today. Alright. A lot of static on there. Don't like the way that just zapped me. It's kind of concerning. Probably gonna. Alright. This is an important part when it comes to preserving your setup. If in case you want to move someday, you might want this box. Or you could give it to your cats and they can play with it. That gives you just as much value. Oh, I see what was going on now. Here, can we get close up to this? That was the problem. That was what was holding me up. That hole. It was stuck. Whatever. Keep the instructions. You might want to read these. It's gonna go right here. Nice little paper shroud. Yeah, alright, well, there it is. We're gonna have to. I like NZXT cases because they're very user friendly. And all the parts sort of just come off real easily. Usually. This is what you want the instructions for, so you don't break anything. Oh. There it is. Pretty good. That's right. Right here. Next way. Don't touch. Oh, right. Accessory box, I think. Yep. Screws. Everything's labeled. They even came with some zip ties, so I don't have to go to the store and buy any. Shout out to them. It's incredible. NZXT. Everything's looking pretty good, minus the slight scratch on the glass here, which, I mean, you're not going to notice unless you're really looking for it. Nice little bag. You can put whatever you want in there. Alright. These are really nice, to be honest. Velcro on the back of this for all the cables. You're going to want to run up and down this thing. But I think the first step in this process is going to be installing this power supply. So that's what we're going to do next. A lot of trash can be produced from this whole process. Gotta use my monkey brain here. Makes sense. Alright. Alright, here we are. Power supply. More trash. Smells like technology. Big old fan. Good noise. Lots of power connections. Smooth to the touch. There's some sort of something on there. Smells funny. Big old wad of cables. We got the power cable. We got the snack pouch. Power cable. Many big assortment of cables, but we'll only need a couple of these. But we'll get there when we get there. So we'll get that out of the way. Screws for the power supply. Look at that. A couple more zip ties. Incredible. Add zip ties to the zip tie pile because Lord knows I'm gonna use them. That just comes right off easily. What are we looking at here? This one's got some weird stuff going on with the power supply being here rather than down there. We're gonna go ahead and install this real quick. Pretty sure all you do is solder on in there, like so. Boom. It's installed. Can't tighten screws for the sake of, you know, I shouldn't even. Actually, this is kind of odd. Huh. I'm not a fan of that. You can't slide it out. You can't slide the power supply out like I'm you slide it out the front, like from the back. So we use clears back here, but in this case, once it's in there, it's really in there. We're just back here. We got some connections here. We got panel. Some of the stuff for the what I'm looking at. SATA data. You guys should probably read the instructions here. I'm not sure what half of this shit is, to be honest. Front panel. I don't know what this is. Yeah. Guess I should have. Huge fan of the design. Very odd design. I wish that this was here. That's okay. Time to inspect the motherboard. See what we're looking at here. The Wi-Fi antenna. Probably not going to use that. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. Just pull this out of here. Anti-static bag. Before I open this, I'm gonna ground myself. The way you do that, you gotta come over to this light. You gotta touch the metal on the light. Make sure it's metal. Alright, that'll be good. What else do we have here? Even more zip ties. Stickers, keychain. Oh my god, keychain. More zip ties. It'll go there. SATA data cables. I don't know what any of these things are. Little plastic covers is what it looks like. I don't think I'm gonna use any of these. At this point, we're gonna install the RAM. We're gonna install the CPU and the RAM and the drives. My trusty bag. Put the back plate on. Not sure if I even need the back plate. This one did come with thermal paste installed on it, which I bought thermal paste so I wouldn't have to stress. Whatever. Just take these little standoffs. I took the bracket off, pre-heatsink bracket, and you just screw these in like so. About hand tight. They don't need to be insane. This motherboard looks freaking sweet. I am also thinking I should I gotta lock in. I gotta decide what I want to do first. And I'm thinking that the first reasonable thing I should install. Let's see what we're looking at here. Oh yeah, that's important. Because like I said, spent my life savings on this fucking computer. So if I mess something up, which I'm not, I'm gonna feel really dumb. Take a look at this computer. See what we're looking at. Ryzen 9 9950X3D. Marvel of engineering. This is all that you get. This is all that comes in the little box. There it is. The most powerful CPU in the whole world, evidently, according to the reviews on Amazon. Red team! Not sure what this is. Just gonna put that back in there. Installation instructions. Maybe I'll take a look at these before I do something dumb. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to remove this part. Yep, and then it just comes right off. Alright, time for the big. do this without touching anything. So we're gonna take the little CPU, this little expensive piece of engineering, trying to not touch it. Oh, it's really in there. There it is. It just plops right in there like that. There it is, installed. All right, next. Maybe I'll just leave that on there. Maybe I'll just forget. Maybe I just won't do that right now. All right, next step. M.2 drive. This is a 2 terabyte Samsung. I'm thinking that I'll put the operating system on this. This motherboard's cool because this slot right here, this is the fast one. All you do is you just take that out. You got this nice little heat sink. And they make it so easy to install here. You're just gonna take this guy and you're gonna stick it in there. Like so. Yeah. Go in there like that. Boom, it's in. Stick this guy back on here. Very ever so delicately. Without forcing it. You don't want to force anything when you're messing with this stuff. It's the last thing you want to do. Boom, it's in there. Alright, next. They gave me a whole book. Stickers. What language is this? Comment down below if you know what that is. Yeah, I can't read any. This part. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's in there. Moving on. Drive number 2. This one's gonna go underneath the heatsink here. Heatsink removed. Now is not the time. But now is not the time. Go. Go on, get. Go on, get. self-explanatory. You're just gonna take this. Come on out, David. Installed. Alright, where are we at? Alright, so the next step here. While the camera was off, I got the power supply in there. I plugged some of the cables into the back of the power supply. I'm gonna keep it real. In NZXT, I like the case that I had with the first computer that I built. I like the way that you can take the power supply and slide it out and plug the cables in. Slide it out of the back of the case, whereas with this case, for whatever reason, you have it locked in there, and the clearance to stick your hands in there, not that great. So you're gonna get a 7 out of 10 for that design flaw, as far as the power supply design goes. But the next step here is I'm gonna install this motherboard into the case, which I got my screws ready, I got my motherboard ready, we got the CPU in, we got the RAM, we got the drives installed. Nobody's ever going to see this, except for this moment right here. So, Asus, I'm taking your style. We got the front panel plugged in, off audio, USB 2, USB 3, 24-pin motherboard power connector. This is going to be the power cable that I've routed for the GPU once I'm ready for that. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I was supposed to put the CPU cooler on earlier. I've been letting the CPU just sit there with the bare face exposed. Looks good. I'm trying not to slobber on it or anything. So at this point, yeah, it's time to install the cooler, I guess. certain everything is plugged in here. The last steps are going to be plug in the graphics card, plug in the power to the graphics card. But before we do that, we got to bust out the monitor. I got this monitor on sale. I'm considering getting a desk mount because I can't raise or lower the yeah, so if you need a computer belt, just get a hold of me. I'll get you right. I know exactly what I'm doing. Never have any issues. I'm sure when my editor gets on this video, I'll make sure that there's no downtime. Come on. Boom. There it is. Super game. Oh, I thought this was an Allen key. It's actually it's a Phillips head disguised as an Allen key. There it is. The Ultra Gamer monitor. NVIDIA G-Sync. One step closer. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. The final step in the process. The monitor's plugged in. The computer nearly complete. All we gotta do is plug this thing in. So, time for the grand unboxing. I got this graphics card on sale. Whether I got a good deal or not, I don't know and I don't care. Hopefully it lasts me for a while. Hopefully my... Better be careful. Got a sharp knife in my hand. It's nice to hang on to these in case you ever need to put a thing inside it, like another graphics card that you don't plan on using, maybe you want to sell it. That way you can ship it in this bag, anti-static bag, and they're like, oh, this reseller cares about my product that I'm purchasing. Care enough to get rid of it because I don't want it anymore. But it will go to a good home. They want to pretend like, I mean, I'm not even sure what I'm trying to say. Shout out to the graphics card. It's the most expensive part and it's the easiest thing to install. My final word on it, we've all been waiting for. The build is complete. Come on, I can see. Dark. It's done. Now to see if it works. Display port. About perfect. Okay. That's a good song. Just wait for it. Over here. Just wait for it. Okay, come on. There it goes. Gotta get the keyboard and mouse out now. The big test. There you have it. There it is. It turns on. And it looks pretty good. incredible airflow through there. We've got the lights out of sync. Got a red light there. Got a white light, now it's green. All right. We want to enable Expo. Save and exit. It's that easy. It takes 5 minutes. And for the price of your entire retirement, you could have a brand new computer. Maybe you could take out a loan. Maybe you're just on a different type of grind than everybody else. But if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Nobody's holding you back but yourself. But I suppose that's the end of this video. We'll catch you later. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.